What if everything we've been told about spirituality is only a fraction of the truth? What if, paradoxically, true inner growth isn't light at all, but carries with it an unexpected weight? For too long, when we talk about spirituality, we've been shown images of absolute serenity, of uninterrupted peace, of an almost ethereal detachment from the toils of the world. It's a beautiful, peaceful, almost idyllic picture. We expect that by embarking on a spiritual path, we'll float above our worries, smile through every storm, live in a bubble of pure light. But there is another side to this experience, much less talked about, almost whispered. A side that, truth be told, may seem counterintuitive, yet is profoundly authentic. One in which the expansion of consciousness, instead of making us merely light, also makes us heavy. This is the experience most people don't expect, and often, when it comes, it generates confusion, or worse, the feeling of having taken the wrong path. But what does it really mean when consciousness expands and brings with it not only light, but also weight? It means that the journey is not just a flight, but also a deep, sometimes painful grounding in reality. As our awareness grows, we don't magically become blind to ugliness. On the contrary, it's the opposite. The more we understand ourselves and the world, the more we see. And what we see is not always a harmonious image. It is not always a calmly flowing stream or a clear sky. Often, what is revealed is a much more complex, sometimes harsh, panorama made up of sharp edges we previously didn't perceive, of dissonances we previously ignored. Reality, in fact, doesn't soften just because we've decided to develop our awareness. It's not as if the world magically fixes itself or its distortions disappear as soon as we start meditating or reading spiritual books. Indeed, reality often appears harsher, more naked, precisely because the filters that previously attenuated or distorted it fall away one after another. That layer of self-deception, of conventions, of mental laziness that allowed us to slide over things without going into depth, thins until it disappears. And without those filters, everything becomes sharper, but also harder to digest. This is the first major clash with the idea that spirituality is always and only an oasis of peace. Authentic spirituality, the kind that isn't limited to a pretty picture to hang on the wall of the soul, is never an escape from the world. It's not a way to escape, to take refuge in an ivory tower where everything is nice and clean while the storm rages outside. On the contrary, it is a deep, almost visceral immersion in reality itself, with all its chiaroscuro. It means getting your hands dirty with life, not washing them. And this immersion leads to an almost merciless clarity. We become aware of the strident contradictions that permeate society, relationships, and even ourselves. We see injustices with painful clarity, ones we previously dismissed as things that happen, or simply didn't notice at all. We begin to perceive social masks, the ones we wear, and the ones others wear, to hide insecurities, fears, or simply to conform. And yet, we perceive the subtle, almost invisible dynamics that regulate human relationships, those underground currents of power, of expectations, of unexpressed needs that previously completely eluded us. Seeing all this, feeling it, understanding it in all its complexity, can be incredibly tiring. It's a different kind of fatigue than physical fatigue. It's a fatigue of the soul, of the mind, of the heart. A tiredness caused by excessive perception, by no longer being able to ignore. Because, once consciousness has awakened, it no longer allows us to pretend not to see. It no longer allows us to turn a blind eye to what is jarring, to what is false, to what harms us or harms others. That ability to adapt without question, to accept the status quo because that's the way it's done, to participate in social or work rituals that we feel are completely inconsistent with our values, vanishes. It's no longer an option. Spiritual awakening is not a license to be passive or indifferent, but a call to action, first of all, internal. Spirituality, then, is not just a source of comfort, a balm for wounds. Of course, it can be and is in many moments. But in its truest form, it transforms into something much more demanding: responsibility. It is the responsibility to act on what you see and hear. It means choosing truer words, even when they are uncomfortable, even when they smack of disruption, even when they could harm delicate balances. It is the responsibility to remove ourselves from mechanisms that no longer resonate with our soul, even if this means losing privileges, relationships, or comforts. It means remaining present, fully present, even when it would be infinitely easier to get distracted, to look away, to drown our perception in 1,000 external stimuli. It is the responsibility to inhabit one's own truth, whatever the cost. We live in a world that seems to reward speed, appearance, and superficiality. A world where complexity is seen as an obstacle, where an easy answer is preferred to a difficult question. In such a context, a clear, profound awareness can begin to feel like a burden, like a weight that slows everything down. But this burden is not a mistake on the path. It is not a failure of the spiritual process. It is instead the clearest sign of a profound coherence. It is the sign that we are becoming whole, that the parts of us that were previously disconnected are now realigning. Many people approach spirituality with a legitimate desire to feel better. They seek relief from pain, confusion, and the strain of life. And spirituality can offer this relief, but not always in the way we expect. Perhaps its deepest purpose isn't to make us feel comfortable at all, in a kind of anesthetized bliss. Perhaps its true task is much more radical and transformative. It is to make us more alive, more attentive to every nuance of life, to every vibration, to every signal. It's about making ourselves more honest, first with ourselves, then with others. And let's face it, internal honesty isn't always easy. Sometimes it's hard, edgy, uncomfortable. It forces us to face our shadows, our fears, our hypocrisies. But it's only through this honesty that we can truly grow. Spirituality and reality, therefore, are not two mutually exclusive opposites. They are not two parallel tracks that never meet. Rather, they are two dimensions that intertwine in an indissoluble, complex, and vibrant embrace. True growth is not an ascension that takes us above the world, beyond its challenges and miseries. Rather, it is a grounding that allows us to remain fully within it, immersed in its complexity, without losing ourselves, without losing our inner compass. When your conscience weighs on you, when you feel that clarity is tiring you, it's not a sign of failure at all. It's exactly the opposite. It's the unmistakable sign that you're seeing with a clarity you didn't have before. It's proof that the veils have fallen. So, perhaps the task isn't to try at all costs to lighten this conscience, to return to a superficial lightness. The task, the greatest challenge, is rather to strengthen our capacity to bear it, to embrace this burden as an essential part of our truth. Inhabiting the human condition in all its depth and complexity also means this: remaining present, lucid, open, vulnerable, but never indifferent, never passive in the face of what we perceive. It is an invitation to build spiritual muscles, not to lift loads, but to support a broader, truer worldview. If this thought has touched you deeply, continue to explore with us the nuances of a path that goes beyond appearances.